What if I told you that 99% of people over 60 might be unintentionally pushing loved ones away, all because of something they can't even smell themselves? It's a difficult truth, a specific scent associated with aging that almost no one dares to talk about directly. It nearly devastated Eleanor Peterson. She's 72, a woman who always took pride in her tidiness and personal hygiene, until that fateful day. Her beloved 6-year-old grandson, in his innocence, leaned in close and asked, "Grandma, why do you smell a little different today?" Eleanor's heart sank. It wasn't her favorite lavender scent, nor the rose soap she'd used just that morning. It was something else, something that made her suddenly feel deeply ashamed and isolated, right there in her own cozy kitchen. She tried to maintain her hygiene more meticulously than ever, but nothing seemed to work. But Eleanor wasn't alone in this painful experience. And the most important thing I want to tell you right now is, this is not something you just have to live with. Stay with us here on Life in Words. And if you find this kind of information helpful for you or a loved one, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications right now. Because today, we're pulling back the curtain on the so-called age-related odor that no one wants to talk about. And more importantly, we'll show you how to tackle it with surprising effectiveness. Have you ever seen this happen? An older person gets on the bus, and suddenly, people sitting nearby discreetly shift away a little? Or maybe you've witnessed your own children or grandchildren, despite their love, cracking a car window when their grandparent is riding along. It's not a coincidence, and it's usually not out of disrespect. The truth is, as most of us pass the age of 60, our bodies can start to develop a very characteristic scent. A scent that, ironically, we often don't notice ourselves. Why? Our own sense of smell can diminish with age. But the real issue is, the people around us, our dearest loved ones, they can smell it. And they are often too embarrassed, too afraid of hurting our feelings, to say anything. They choose silence, suffering quietly, and that invisible distance just keeps growing. Think about the case of Arthur Jenkins, a widower, very disciplined and clean. He showered twice a day, but one day, his son's best friend came over, and later the boy whispered to his friend, "Mr. Jenkins's house smells a bit like old people." That innocent comment reached Arthur's ears. It crushed him. He started limiting social contact, refusing dinner invitations, even becoming hesitant to see his own grandchildren. He isolated himself, all because of a problem he didn't know how to fix, and no one was telling him how. This is an incredibly common issue, yet it's astonishingly overlooked. It affects the confidence, relationships, and quality of life of millions of seniors. So, what's the real cause behind this age-related odor? It's not simply about poor hygiene. There are very specific scientific reasons we need to understand. So, what's the real reason behind this so-called age-related odor? Let me be crystal clear. This often has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not you maintain good hygiene. People like Eleanor or Arthur are meticulous, yet they still face this issue. Why? Because our bodies naturally change as we get older. Think about it. Maybe you've noticed your skin feels drier than it used to. That's just one of many changes happening internally. First, the way our bodies regulate sweat can change. Sometimes, the amount of sweat produced might decrease slightly. That might sound good, but sweat actually helps flush certain waste products out through the skin. Less sweat can sometimes mean those substances tend to linger longer on the skin. But the main factor, the one scientists have identified, relates to the natural oil on our skin, something called sebum. As we get older, the composition of this sebum changes. A specific compound called nonenal, Nonenal, starts to appear or significantly increase. Nonenal has a distinct scent, often described as somewhat grassy or greasy, and it's notoriously difficult to wash away completely with just regular soap and water. And here's the kicker. Our own noses often become less sensitive to this particular scent over time, while younger people might perceive it more clearly. That's not all. There's another factor: dry mouth. As we age, saliva production can decrease. Less saliva means the natural cleansing mechanism in the mouth is less effective. This allows bacteria to thrive more easily, which can lead to bad breath, contributing another layer to the overall body odor others might perceive. So, what's the first reflex for many people worried about body odor? Using perfumes or deodorant sprays, right? That's completely understandable. But here's the problem. You're not eliminating the root cause of the scent. You're just adding another layer of fragrance on top. Often, this just creates an even more unpleasant mixture of smells. Therefore, the issue isn't necessarily that you need to shower more often or wear stronger perfume. The issue is understanding these completely natural physiological changes, and more importantly, knowing how to address them effectively. And the good news? There are genuinely simple solutions we're about to share with you right now. Hearing these things might be a little discouraging, I know, realizing your body is changing in ways you can't control. But I want you to focus on this. This is not a life sentence to self-consciousness or isolation. Absolutely not. Because, as I said, there are incredibly effective ways to address this issue. And they aren't nearly as complicated as you might think. In fact, there's a surprisingly simple secret. A method I've shared with thousands of patients over the years. Simply by focusing on more thoroughly cleaning two key areas of the body that most people often overlook or don't clean well enough, you can eliminate up to 90% of this so-called age-related odor. Yes, you heard that right. 90%. That's not a number I just made up. That's the real result that over 1,000 people just like you, just like Eleanor, just like Arthur, have experienced. They not only felt more confident in themselves, but more importantly, they saw a noticeable change in how family and friends interacted with them. Those invisible distances were bridged. Hugs became closer. Conversations became more relaxed. Do you want to know what that secret is? Do you want to regain your confidence and more fully enjoy your precious relationships? If the answer is yes, then don't go anywhere. And if you haven't already, this is a great time to hit the like button for this video and subscribe to the Life in Words channel, because we're always sharing practical tips like these to help you live healthier and happier at any age. Right now, we're going to get into the specifics. 3 foundational principles, and then 3 key areas that need special attention when washing. Get ready to take notes. Before we dive into the specific body areas to clean more thoroughly, let's talk about 3 foundational habits. 3 simple things you can start doing today to make a big difference from the inside out. Consider these the solid foundation for controlling body odor and improving overall health. Principle number 1. Drink enough water, especially warm water, at the right times. Sounds basic, right? But this is crucial. Our bodies need water to function efficiently, and especially to flush out toxins. When you drink enough water, particularly warm water in the morning or between meals, you're helping your body flush out waste products that can contribute to odor from within. Don't wait until you're thirsty to drink. Make it a habit to sip water regularly throughout the day. Principle number 2. Engage in gentle exercise, ideally including a little walking in the sunlight. Now, I'm not saying you need to run a marathon. Just a short walk, about 15 to 20 minutes each day, is enough. This helps stimulate the body to produce a moderate amount of sweat. As we discussed, sweat helps carry bacteria and waste products out of the pores. Walking outdoors also helps you absorb natural vitamin D, which is great for bones and mood. But remember, keep it gentle. Don't overexert yourself. And principle number 3, also very important. Bathe or shower correctly with warm water. Water that's too hot can dry out the skin, making it more prone to flaking and trapping odor. Warm water, just the right temperature, helps effectively cleanse the layer of sebum and bacteria on the skin surface without causing damage. Washing correctly isn't just about getting clean. It's also the crucial preparation step before we focus on those key areas where odor tends to accumulate the most. So, the 3 foundational principles: drink enough warm water, get gentle outdoor exercise, and shower correctly with warm water. These are simple habits, but they create a wonderful synergistic effect. Now, are you ready to find out which areas of the body need special attention when you wash? Let's dive in. Excellent. Now, let's get to the core part. The part that so many people often overlook, but makes the biggest difference. The 3 key areas that need more thorough cleaning when you bathe or shower. Remember that Nonenal compound we talked about? The one that creates that characteristic scent? It tends to accumulate more in certain areas. Key area number 1, skin folds. Think about places on the body where skin touches skin, or areas that easily get damp and have less air circulation. Where are those? Your neck, especially the creases at the back and sides. The underarms, that's a classic area. For women, pay attention to the skin under the breasts. The navel, or belly button, a commonly forgotten spot. The groin area, behind the knees, and even that small area of skin behind the ears. Why are these areas so important? Because sweat, sebum, and dead skin cells easily get trapped here. This warm, moist environment is ideal for bacteria to grow, and when they break down sweat and sebum, including Nonenal, unpleasant odors arise. When bathing, don't just quickly swipe over these areas. Use your hands or a soft washcloth to gently but thoroughly cleanse each fold. Key area number 2, areas with hair. Hair, wherever it is on the body, acts like little traps, holding on to oil, sweat, and bacteria. First, of course, is your scalp. When shampooing, don't just rub shampoo onto the hair. Use your fingertips to gently massage the scalp to cleanse sebum buildup at the hair roots. Next are the underarms again. For men, the chest hair area also needs attention. Cleaning these areas thoroughly helps remove the environment where bacteria and odor like to hide. Gentle massage also helps stimulate blood circulation under the skin. And key area number 3, an often neglected zone. Places with a high concentration of sweat glands, especially the feet. Our feet have thousands of sweat glands. We wear shoes all day, creating a closed, moist environment. That's why feet are prone to odor. When bathing, don't just let soapy water run down to your feet and call it done. Bend down, use your hands or a soft brush to thoroughly scrub the soles, heels, and especially between the toes. This is where a lot of bacteria hide. The palms of your hands also have many sweat glands. Wash your hands thoroughly, not just for general hygiene, but for this reason too. So there you have it, the 3 key areas: skin folds, hairy areas, and the soles between the toes. Just dedicating a little extra time and attention to these zones each time you wash will surprise you with the difference it makes. This isn't about working harder, but working smarter and more effectively to maintain your body's freshness. But the care doesn't stop when you step out of the shower or bath. There's another important step. Exactly. Understanding that these are natural changes helps us face them more positively. And now, let's talk about how to maintain that freshness and comfort after you've thoroughly cleansed yourself. You step out of the shower or bath feeling clean and refreshed. How do you prolong that wonderful feeling and prevent odor from returning? There's one extremely important tip that many people overlook. Moisturize your skin. Why? As we've discussed, skin tends to get drier as we age. Dry skin isn't just itchy and uncomfortable, it's also more prone to flaking. These tiny skin flakes, even if you can't see them, can actually trap odor and create a breeding ground for bacteria. Right after bathing, while your skin is still slightly damp, apply a gentle, fragrance-free, or lightly naturally scented moisturizer. This helps to lock in moisture, keeping your skin soft, supple, and healthy. Well-hydrated skin is significantly less likely to retain odor compared to dry, cracked skin. Think of this as the final protective step for your skin after cleansing. Additionally, here's a relaxing habit you might consider incorporating once a week, if possible. Soaking in a warm bath. It doesn't need to be too frequent. Just once a week, or maybe every 2 weeks, is sufficient. Soaking in a tub of warm water, not too hot, for about 15 to 20 minutes can help open up your pores. This allows for a deeper cleanse, removing any lingering dirt, sebum, and bacteria, especially in hard-to-reach areas. You can add a bit of Epsom salt or a few drops of lavender essential oil for added relaxation and skin benefits. Remember, moisturize after every wash and enjoy an occasional relaxing soak. These aren't just ways to reduce body odor, they are acts of self-care, nurturing your skin and helping you feel more comfortable and confident from the inside out. But body care doesn't stop at the skin. There are 2 other extremely important factors working from the inside that significantly influence your overall body odor. Can you guess what they are? We'll find out right now. Okay, we've talked about caring for the skin from the outside. Now, let's go deeper, inside the body. Because what you eat and drink, and how you care for your mouth, play an equally crucial role in managing body odor. Let's start with your diet. The food you consume doesn't just provide energy. It gets metabolized, and some byproducts of that metabolism can be excreted through your skin and breath, contributing to your body's scent. The good news is you can eat your way to reducing unwanted odor. Focus on incorporating foods rich in antioxidants. These warriors help neutralize free radicals in the body, molecules that can contribute to the aging process and also odor production. Think colorful fruits and vegetables, ripe tomatoes, berries like strawberries and blueberries, dark leafy greens like spinach, broccoli. Garlic is also a fantastic superfood. Although it has its own distinct smell when eaten raw, in the long run, it helps the body detoxify. Whole grains like brown rice and oats are also excellent choices. Alongside that, prioritize fruits and vegetables with high water content. Watermelon, cucumber, pears, oranges. They not only help keep you hydrated, like the foundational principle we discussed, but also support the body's natural detoxification process through the urinary tract, rather than pushing too many waste products out through the skin. And don't forget, fiber. Getting enough fiber from vegetables, fruits, and whole grains keeps your digestive system running smoothly, preventing constipation. When waste doesn't sit stagnant in the gut, it minimizes the chance of toxins and odors being reabsorbed into the bloodstream and excreted through the skin. Conversely, there are a few things you might want to consider limiting. Alcohol, for instance. When your body metabolizes alcohol, it produces a substance called acetaldehyde, which has a rather unpleasant smell and can be released through your pores and breath. Coffee can also be dehydrating, and stimulate sweat glands in some people. Now, let's talk about the second crucial internal factor: oral hygiene. As mentioned, dry mouth is a common issue as we age and creates the perfect environment for odor-causing bacteria to flourish. Brushing twice a day is fundamental, but often not enough. Add these two simple yet effective steps. 1. Clean your tongue. A lot of odor-causing bacteria reside on the tongue's surface. You can use your toothbrush or a dedicated tongue scraper to gently remove this coating daily. 2. If you experience dry mouth between meals, try chewing sugar-free gum containing xylitol. Xylitol helps stimulate saliva production and inhibits bacterial growth. Sipping water frequently also helps keep the mouth moist. And of course, don't forget regular visits to your dentist for overall oral health checkups. See, diet and oral hygiene aren't just good for your general health. They are powerful tools to help you manage body odor from the source. Combining these with proper skincare creates a comprehensive strategy. But there's one final element, an often overlooked factor that directly impacts your living environment and your daily perception of odor. What is it? Let's find out. Excellent! We've covered skincare, internal adjustments through diet and oral hygiene. Now it's time to look around a bit at the very things that come into contact with our bodies every day. Because even if you've cleansed your body thoroughly, if the clothes you wear or the bed you sleep in aren't cared for properly, unwanted odors can still return or be trapped. So, what is this final, but no less important factor? It's the hygiene of your clothes, bedding, and living space. Let's start with clothing. This might seem obvious, but changing into clean clothes every day is essential, especially underwear and the layers closest to your skin. Sweat and dead skin cells cling to fabric fibers, and if left too long, they will create odor. Prioritize natural, breathable fabrics, like cotton. They allow the skin to breathe better and retain less odor compared to many synthetic fibers. After wearing, wash them thoroughly with suitable detergent and, if possible, dry them in the sun. Sunlight is a fantastic natural disinfectant and deodorizer. If not, drying them completely is also crucial. Don't leave damp clothes in the washing machine or laundry basket for too long. Next is your bedding: sheets, pillowcases, blankets, mattress covers. We spend about a third of our lives in bed. Sweat, oils from skin and hair, dead skin cells, all accumulate on your sheets and pillowcases. Make it a habit to change your sheets and pillowcases at least once a week. And don't forget your blankets, comforters, or mattress protectors. They also need regular washing or at least frequent airing out in the sun to remove moisture and accumulated bacteria. What about footwear? Feet sweat a lot, and shoes create a closed environment. Try not to wear the same pair of shoes 2 days in a row. Allow them time to air out and dry completely. A little trick is to sprinkle some baking soda inside your shoes overnight. It's very effective at absorbing moisture and odor. Just tip out the powder the next morning. Finally, there's your living space, the room you sleep in, the living room where you relax. Stagnant air can trap odors. Make it a habit to ventilate your home every day. Just opening the windows for about 10 to 15 minutes, ideally in the morning and again in the afternoon or evening, is enough. Let fresh air circulate in and push out stale air, which might carry musty smells or accumulated body odor. A flow of fresh air makes a huge difference to the overall feel of your home. See? From the clothes you wear, the bed you sleep in, to the air you breathe, it all contributes to your surrounding environment and how others perceive that space. Caring for these external factors is just as important as caring for your own body. We've covered a lot of useful information together, from understanding the root causes to the foundational principles, the key areas to clean thoroughly, skincare, diet, oral hygiene, and even our living environment. Now it's time to wrap things up and look ahead. Perfect. So, we've journeyed through quite a detailed exploration together, haven't we? From better understanding the very natural changes our bodies go through over time to specific practical steps you can start applying immediately. I want you to remember the most important takeaway from this video. The so-called age-related odor, that specific scent we've discussed, is not your destiny. It's not something you're forced to accept as an unavoidable part of aging. Absolutely not. It's simply a signal that your body is changing, and you need to slightly adjust how you care for yourself. From how you wash, what you eat and drink, right down to your surrounding environment. Think back to Eleanor Peterson, the woman we mentioned at the beginning, who felt crushed by an innocent comment from her grandchild. That pain, that self-consciousness, you don't have to go through that. The solutions we've shared, thoroughly cleaning skin folds, hairy areas, and feet, staying hydrated, moisturizing, adjusting your diet, taking care of oral hygiene, maintaining clean clothes and living spaces, are all within your reach. They don't require massive or expensive changes. They just need a little attention and persistence. Give it a try. Make a commitment to yourself. Dedicate just 1 month to consistently applying these tips. I can almost guarantee you'll start noticing a difference. Not just feeling fresher and more confident yourself, but more importantly, you might sense a change in how your loved ones interact with you. Maybe a warmer hug from a grandchild, a closer conversation with your children, a more relaxed gathering with friends. Don't let fear or hesitation hold you back. Don't live perpetually with unnecessary self-consciousness. You deserve to feel comfortable, confident, and fully cherished at every stage of life. Start today. Pick 1 or 2 tips that feel easiest to implement and begin there. You have the power to change this. Thank you for spending your time with Life in Words. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others who you think might need to hear this message. Let us know in the comments below, which tip will you try first? Wishing you health, confidence, and enjoyment in life. See you in the next video.